This is Ashley from the Office of Information Technology at Glendale Community College, and we're going to do a quick tutorial of Dial. So to begin, we're going to start at webapp.gccaz.edu/dial4. You can also get to this from the GCC website. You'll log into this system with your MEID and password. Once logged in, you'll see that there's a menu here that gives you some information about how the searches work, just in case you need to refer to that. Down the left side, you'll see that we have several search or query options. You can search by employee, distribution list, department. You can also search specific to GCC or specific to district. Using something specific to GCC is useful when you are trying to narrow down the results that you want to view. District-wide will give you the results of all of the colleges, which when searching for something common like Ashley or Tom or Bob, you'll get many results for that. You can also use the drop down here to do a search for departmental search. So let's go ahead and run through some of the options. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on employee, which is the default, and I'm going to type in the manager here in IT, so Bob Terry. You'll see that this will pull up Bob's information. He's the information technology manager, and the information that is provided here, we get a picture. As long as this person is employed with GCC, we'll have access to the database where the pictures are stored. And if they've got any student ID or an employee ID, there will be a photo of them available. You'll see their name, their telephone number, their campus location. So for Glendale, you'll see that that's GC. An office location for this person if they have input an office location. These are managed by the user directly. So if the user has not input their office location, that may not be available. We'll have their title, department, and email address. If you click on that name there, you'll see that we can get, it's all the same information, but it's a larger view here, a larger view of the photo. And we'll go ahead and move into our next search. So the next search would be if you're looking for something like a distribution list. If somebody wants to know who moderates a distribution list or what distribution lists are available for a specific subject, you can do a search here. So I'm going to type in TSS for Technology Support Services. And you'll see that we have a couple of distribution lists, and under the distribution lists, who the moderators are for each of those lists. So we've got Justin listed as one, Nuha listed as another. You can see the DL name and also the email address of the moderator. And if I click on the DL, you'll be able to see who are the members of that distribution list. Moving into our next search, we'll go ahead and put department in here. And I will go ahead and pick a department. So let's go ahead and use math for this example. And I'll do a search. It's going to do a search for the mathematics department. So once it pulls up the department name here, if I go ahead and click on mathematics, we will get a list of all of the people who are in that department. So you can see down the center of the page here, the department listed as mathematics for all of these people. This is especially helpful if you know that there's a person in a department, but maybe you only know their first name and you're trying to find the rest of their contact information. Warren, for example, if I knew Warren worked in math, I could come here and just quickly search for this to find Warren, find his first and last name, find his office location. Now, say for instance, you do a search and you don't get any queries back. So I'm going to go ahead and search Reeves here. Let's do a search, and my search is going to result in no matching entries. So now I've got to determine why that is. So first of all, I'm still on department, so let's go ahead and switch that to employee and try that search one more time. And again, there's no matching entries found. So now at this point, I have to determine why that is. Either Reeves is not an employee at Glendale or Reeves is not an employee at all. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to district-wide, try that search again. Here we go. So you'll see I've got 4 different results for people named Reeves that work at Maricopa, but all of them work at other locations, Mesa, Gateway, and District. So if for some reason a search isn't coming up, it may be because of the queries that are selected off to the left, or it may be that that person is not in the employee directory at all. So in the departmental search in the drop down here, we can go ahead and select a department. I'm going to look for technology services. IT is kind of broken up into several groups, so this is only going to be a portion of the department, but you can see this list of people here that are in technology services, the locations of all of the people, the names, their phone numbers, in case you need to get a hold of somebody quickly in a department. There is one helpful tip and trick that is within Dial 2, a little shortcut. One piece of information that we use very frequently that is super useful to find quickly is an MEID, the user's MEID, so that we can find them in MHD or look them up in Omega or one of our other tools. And from Dial here, you can very quickly find that information by selecting their photo and doing a right click and then going down to copy image address. Because all of these images are stored in a database where they're associated with the user's MEI. When you paste the URL that we just copied from the image address up here into the URL bar, you'll see where that's located in the database. So let's go ahead and paste the location we just copied, and you'll see this string here is where that image is stored, how it's associated, and those last several digits of the address here will be the MEID. So you can see that begins with MIC and then a series of numbers. That will be Mike's address that I just copied from his image URL. If you are having any problems navigating the system, getting access to this system, you're not finding queries that you feel like you should be able to find within the system, just reach out to the GCC service desk and they'd be happy to help you resolve that.